Welcome to Rugby Saturday here at Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta Park. We are watching the second game of the semifinals for the 2016 NSCRO Cowboy Cup here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This second match will feature the New Mexico Highlands University Vatos and the Angelo State Rams. The Vatos will be in the white on your left, and the Rams will be in their yellow and blue on the right. My name is Aaron Rivera. I'm joined by Carl Hawkins today.
Aaron, I think we're in for a big time in this game. We got a lot of talent, a lot of speed, a lot of scoring ability, championship caliber players, All-Americans. The deck is stacked for this one.
Absolutely, and the winner of this game is going to go on to take on the University of Denver squad that we just saw win for the Cowboy Championship, as well
here we
as
go with the
better
kickoff.
seating. And here it is.
The
Ball's
Vatos
up nice
put it
and
up.
High. Nobody's really chasing it over on the Angelo State side, so that ball goes out to touch. And it is going to be an Angelo State put in over there behind their 22-meter line, probably about the 20-meter.
That's a surprising start for the game. You don't really see high-caliber rugby players letting the ball bounce around on the ground.
Absolutely. They're all kind of standing around.
Let's hope they pick it up from there.
It.
You know, I gave them an auspicious an opportunity for some glory, and they took an auspicious route.
Well,
running
State
it out of their try line.
Ooh, tries to kick that.
Fly hacking. The ball is in the Vato's hands on the goal line.
way-
That's a try.
Way too late, and that was number 11. Number 11 for them is Joe Ivey with the big try there to put the Vatos up nice and early.
That was way too easy. I'm not quite sure what Angelo State is thinking about, but they need to get into this game quickly. They let the ball bounce around. They gave up the ball on the kickoff within their 22-meter line, and then sacrificed a quick try to winger Ivy.
Actually, that's correction. That's the number 12.
What's that? Who scored?
Yeah. Got a misread on who had that ball. So
Mizalagaga. Mizalagala. Jeremy Mizalagala. He's actually an All-American.
And Asuega puts that ball through.
One of three All-Americans with the New Mexico Highland Vatos. Number 13, Holmes, and number 15 is also an All-American, Kevon Williams.
And the other one is also Jeremy Misili. Jeremy Misili is how they generally call him.
Oh,
Smiley is what they usually call him.
Good. I'm glad we got that name right. There's a lot of vowels in that name. Misili.
And so
we've got a scrum down in the middle of the field. We've got a new referee, Mark Kelly, out there for this game.
And Kelly lines the two squads up. It is going to be a New Mexico Highlands put in. The boys crouch. They bind together. And that ball is fed in. Ball comes back out, and it is taken by number 9 for Angelo State. He pushes forwards. So Granzin,
penalty against the Vatos.
Granzin did a good job to get that ball back for Angelo State.
And they take it and take it down into field position close to the Vato try line. So Angelo State's wasting no time getting themselves into position to recover from that
first try. And so
that poor start of the game.
Yeah. And that was Bo Wascom, the captain of this Angelo squad, who kicked that ball out. As we see Angelo State take a throw in, and it goes to number 22 for them. That's their lock, Andre Zamudio.
Skipping out, All the way to the wing. Bad pass to the wing.
He loses that ball. Looks like Angelo State stopped playing, but New Mexico Highlands did not. So they are pushing that ball. Oof. Nice plays by that number 10, and then
number
out to
12.
The All-American, Masili.
Masili is rambling. They're
And
not bringing him down.
No,
he ran right through the whole team and scored a try.
That is a try. That is number 2 on the day for Masili.
Masili has 2 tries already.
And they tried to, just about every player that Angelo State squad that was there tried, but they couldn't quite take him down. That's going to bring the score up to 12 for the Vatos, pending the kick. And we will see the attempt now by Celeste Asuega. What's he doing over there?
Asuega is the fly half. It looks like they're waiting for the ball.
Okay. Got lost a little bit.
That was some impressive running by the Vatos. If they leave that ball unprotected in loose play, I'm afraid Angelo State's going to have a long day. That back line of the Vatos is impressive.
Absolutely.
And the third All-American, Kevon Williams, the fullback, is also a prospect for the U.S. Olympic Sevens.
Oh, wow.
So we've got some
Brazil.
We got some horses on this Vato team. Several of the players.
So Asuega's second attempt today is no good, so that's going to keep the score 12 for New Mexico Highlands, 0 for the Angelo State Rams, as they get ready to kick that ball back to New Mexico Highlands.
Here we go.
And we come back up for the captain, Bo Wascom, to set this game back into motion. And that kick is up and high. It is mishandled by the Vatos and knocked forward and then goes out of bounds.
That will be a San Angelo or an Angelo State line out. And they're down here again. That's not like they don't have the field position and the opportunity. They just got to control the ball much in the way that Denver did in the game earlier today. They controlled possession, and it meant the difference in the game. Angelo State takes that line out, but it wasn't straight, no?
Not up. They were actually coming into the tunnel is what he charged them with there.
Yeah, look at that.
So it's going to be a New Mexico Highlands will get the chance to put this ball in. You saw that big number 22 for San Angelo was pretty far down in that tunnel. And we will see the Vatos put this ball back in.
And under normal circumstances, I would say the Vatos would be kicking. But no, they're running it out.
That ball right back out to the same team that set up that try last time. Ooh, beautiful backhand pass to the big number 12, Masili. That was the number 11, Joey Ivey, who had it before. They send it off to their hooker, who pushes through a couple of players. They ruck.
That's Justin Bates. He's a late substitute at the hooker position due to an injury in warm-ups.
And we got the Highlanders rucking successfully. They spin that ball out.
Bad pass, their own, kind of takes away the sting of the potential. Here we go.
And Kevin Williams running that ball forward. He sends it out to his winger right out.
That's another try in the corner.
And Curtis gets that try. That's going to bring this score up to 17, pending the conversion by the New Mexico Highland Vatos.
It's going to be a difficult conversion from the corner, but the Angelo State is going to have some trouble controlling this attacking back line of the Vatos.
Absolutely.
This is impressive stuff.
As you mentioned before, you thought they'd kick from that end, but feeding it out to their back line was as good as, if not better, than taking a kick. Because they're just rumbling straight through this Angelo State squad. But we see Asuega get ready to kick for another conversion. He's 1 for 2 so far today.
I'll tell you, talent overcomes tactics and strategic thinking in a lot of cases. When you have the horses that the Vatos have in their back line, they can get away with just about anything.
And Asuega lines that ball up, takes a couple steps. It is up, looks a little bit low, no good. So that will keep our score at 17 for New Mexico Highland University Vatos, 0 for the Angelo State Rams.
Well, we're off for a roaring start for the Vatos. Let's see what's going to happen here with Angelo State.
And Angelo State, they're actually the champions of the Texas Cup. They beat the St. Edward's squad that we saw play Denver a little bit earlier. They're not doing so hot so far, but this time they chase down the ball and they get a good ruck. Looks like they're trying to push for that ball, but Highlands puts that ball into the back line a little bit quicker.
There we go. Loose ball picked up by
forward.
Angelo State. What are they going to do?
Calls that down, though.
It's going to be a scrum down for a knock-on with the Angelo State guys retaining the ball. Now, the last time these guys sat down in a pack, the Vatos had a really nice shape to their scrum. The Angelo State team was a little bit less classic in design. Look how low the Vatos get. Angelo State's a little higher, but they have a little bit of weight advantage, I think, and they can control that scrum pretty well.
Well, Granson
skip
feeds that
out.
ball out.
Oh,
heads
man.
To the 14 who loses it, and who is it but Masili about to get that ball. Oop, the 13 for Angelo State, San Angelo gets that ball.
So it's the knock-on that they're playing.
Troy Knudsen just about saved that ball.
Masili was there again. Look at this. Masili is a specimen.
And Wascom sends that ball out to touch. So they're going to be taking their own line out pretty deep in New Mexico Highland territory. And if they can put some points
right
up
right about on the 20-meter line.
If they can put points up, then they can maybe get back into the game, keep the Vatos from running that scoreboard too quick early.
Yeah, we're only about 12 minutes into this game, and the Vatos have already scored 17 points.
Noyem feeds that ball in, goes out to Granson, who goes down to the ground. Ball squeaks out. We see New Mexico Highlands trying to contest that ball.
They take
that ball back, hand it out to Asuega, who loses
that ball. It's a knock forward, but it's a playing advantage. Angelo State has an overload on the outside if they can get out past these fast backs, which they cannot. And so they're going to have to set up a new phase. That's the third phase. They gave it to their big Samoan there.
And they're trying to ruck that ball. And the big number 9, or Granson, number 9, pushes that ball. But they need to start rucking or they're going to lose the ball just like that.
The penalty to Angelo State.
I believe it was an offsides that Mark Kelly was calling there. And we will see Wascom kicking that ball again. Nope, he's going to take the quick touch and go. He feeds that ball out to his number 13, Knudsen.
He can't dilly-dally with that ball with this back line. He's got to give his player, his outside players time enough to
Clifton takes a big hit there. We see
the prop moving forward.
Not very quick. That was Jacob Reed. But he loses the ball to New Mexico Highlands, who starts feeding that ball back again.
The Highland forwards are playing just about as good as their backs. Here we go.
Ball squeaks out to the number 4. Slow tackle there, but does take him down. Sets it back to that really quick back line.
Masili coming on again. Look at that.
And he goes down. Angelo
defense.
State is setting up, pushing back a little bit.
Angelo State's playing some defense now. I think they figured out they better get some ball.
So Eric Sykes Jr. pushes that ball forward. Little pooch kick there. Number 14 for Angelo State kicks that ball to the 15. Going to get a not releasing penalty on Angelo State. So New Mexico Highlands will get the ball right where referee Mark Kelly is marking the ball. NSCRO would like to thank Rhino Rugby for their support of small college rugby by providing the balls and the referee jersey that you see down there on referee Mark Kelly. Go to usa.rhinorugby.com for all your rugby needs. And we see a beautiful kick there by the New Mexico Highlands squad. It's going to put them right about onto the 22-meter line. That was Mateo Lopez who kicked that ball.
Yeah, you got 30 yards out of that. When you watch the organization in the loose play, it's not very sophisticated and looks like it could be a weakness in the Vato game if you can spot one at this point in time. When they're up 17-0 in such short order,
and they get that ball
pretty good on the set pieces though.
Lopez
and now here they come. Here they come to their wheels.
Masili sends it out to Ivy. Ivy's pushing that ball down the field. No fancy ball play this time, but they pick it back up. That's the number 9.
Good support that time. They're just picking it up in the loose and rambling. That was number 7. Yeah.
And they send that ball out. Goes to Asuega. Asuega fighting through players, and looks like he's going to get the easy try and puts it down right under the goalpost. So Asuega gets a try of his own, and he's going to come back for a conversion on that try, and he's going to be right underneath the poles. So
4
should
tries.
Be a pretty easy one.
Did he get the first conversion? He's missed 2, right? He got 1.
Missed 2.
So that's 4 tries for
Mexico Highlands
New
already.
Mexico Highlands.
And assuming that Asuega can make this kick.
Angelo State must be in a state of shock. They're not used to this kind of treatment.
No, and New Mexico Highlands goes up to 22 points, but assuming this kick goes through, they might be up 24 points pretty early in the game. Asuega lines this up, trying to convert his own try.
You know, the Vatos won the
Asuega's kick is good, so that'll bring the score to 24 for the New Mexico Highlands University Vatos.
The New Mexico Highlands won the National Small College Sevens Championship last year and are in effect a national champion. I think that's maybe the first time that a New Mexico school has had a national championship caliber team.
Well, when you see the play that these backs have been using, it's not too surprising how they could win.
Imagine that Sevens team loaded with that talent. It's not surprising that they won it, and they're actually carrying the 15s team along on their shoulders and making them, showing them the way. And it's good stuff.
Wascom's kick taken back by Cervantes. Who
we got a penalty to the Vatos. Not sure what the penalty was for. I didn't see it, but
Lopez.
It looks like maybe he's going to kick for field position.
And we see Lopez playing with the ball there. He was threatening to go quick and go, but instead he picks up a lot of yards there.
He's got a good little foot. That was down to the 22-meter line.
No, looks like they're going to call it here at the 40-meter line.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but still, that's about 20 meters that he gained with that kick. Just under, but
that's not enough.
Still, it's going to be
that was a beautiful kick. Probably the wind took it out of bounds. We'll blame it on the wind.
And the Vatos line up for another line out.
It looked like we might have some trick stuff coming on.
Sending it to the front.
There's no wing on the weak side, and it doesn't look like Angelo State has recognized that. Oh, now the wing's going back over. Let's see what we're going to do.
Well,
scrum
he's
down,
give him
Angelo
the scrum
State.
for the coming into the tunnel. They threw it to their big guy up front, but apparently he was too far into the center of the tunnel. So it'll be
Was he,
Angelo
or did
State's.
it not go 5? You can't ever tell from this side.
Well, we're going to see.
What are they doing? Why are they attacking the tunnel like that? That's an unusual call, isn't it?
Don't see it very often, but we're going to see the Angelo State squad set up for another scrum. The ball
Ball's
comes out. We see
Quick
Granson
between
take
the
that
legs
ball.
pass.
That
A kick
ball's
to
booted
empty
out.
space. That's a good kick. That's a good kick. Look at this.
Clears out. Highlands is watching the ball instead of picking it up, and it goes out of bounds as the touch judge marks.
The
And it's
skull
gonna
and
become-
crossbones touch judge called it out of bounds.
And since San Angelo was the one that both kicked the ball and touched it last before it went out, it's going to be a University of Highlands put in again. We should get a little bit better view of it this time to see whether or not that ball goes down the tunnel or the players go down the tunnel.
These Angelo State guys are in shock, I'm afraid.
And they've got a flat defensive line. That ball goes. Vatos kick that ball. Number 14, Tyler Holder gets that ball.
Holder has got some wheels.
And Holder's moving. He sends it out to the 12.
Number 12 is an Argentine that has recently moved into the back line, sometimes plays in the number 8 position.
And we see 22, who's going to be the lock, Andre Zamudio, take that ball. Granson hands it off to the 8-man, who sends it to the 12. Little pooch kick there, straight to Vato
has
hands.
won. Yeah, here we go. Another penalty. And it is to San Angelo. Not quite sure what that is, but the Vatos need to get a little bit of discipline. They're giving up quite a bit here. Quite a bit of ball and possession. They can let San Angelo get back in this game.
Yep. And we see Wascom kicking to touch.
It's a good kick inside the 22.
It's going to be their put in on the line out this time. And right now, the number 2 lines that out, lines them up, sets it out. The ball goes. Gotten by the line-out squad.
No hands.
Did not catch that ball, so the Vatos are going to take it. They're going to do what they keep doing to Masili. He's going to fight through a couple of guys. He sends it off to his number 11. That's going to be Ivy. Ivy streaking down the field. Runs right between a couple of guys. Ooh, just missed the offload. And then Angelo State's going to take that ball back. They're trying to fight to not lose. And that ball's going straight out the back of the end zone. But looks like we're going to play a penalty right now.
This game is fast-paced, wide open, and wild.
Absolutely. That was a good work by Angelo State to not let Highlands squeak in there. They didn't give up and just let them walk through. But we're going to see New Mexico Highlands backed up 10. And we're going to see Wascom get ready to kick for touch again. Probably kicking towards us where the wind's going.
It's not going to get out of bounds. Oh, yeah, it's going to. Huh?
Oh, nope, they don't play it, but Ivy picks that ball up. Ivy fights off the number 14. Not quite enough for the
Takes
6th,
a thumping tackle, and 14
Lopez
comes
tries
in,
for the
got the ball. Looking for help. He's got help. Big number 5.
And sends it right back to 14. He is not letting them win this ball too easily. And we see Highlands backed up 10. We see Granskin. Ooh, big hit there by New Mexico Highlands to squeak that ball out of Granson's hands. And they try to push down the field.
This is one scrappy game, let me tell you.
Earl Smith took that ball. We see Lopez feeding it back to his number 5. That's Daniel Wagner.
Wagner is a hoss.
He is pushing through those those Angelo State players. We see it go out to the number 6. That's Earl Smith. And Smith will put that ball down for a try. Pending the conversion, that'll make it New Mexico Highlands 29. And that ball's going to be at a little bit of an angle. So far, Asuega has been 2 for 4 on his conversion, so we're going to see how they set up for the next one. But so far, that New Mexico Highlands squad has been pretty dominant in this game, Carl.
That Daniel Wagner, man, he put the hurt on him and set up some loose play. The Vatos, they love the loose play. They're deadly in loose play. It's amazing.
So while we have a break in the game, NSCRO and its top sponsor, the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company, are working together to grow and support the small college rugby community. Dedication is life, teamwork is life, passion is life, and rugby is life. There's no greater force than the power of the team. Rugby players take that to heart, and so do we. As we see Asuega line that ball up. And that's going to be good, yes, to make it 31 for the New Mexico Highland Vatos. But at Penn Mutual, they're committed to working together each day to help people like you achieve your goals and plan for a smarter financial future. Learn more about our mission and find out how you can become part of the Penn Mutual team. Visit us at www.pennmutual.com/rugby. Speaking of teamwork, that Vatos group has really gelled together. Not a lot of selfish play so far. A lot of offloads to set other teams up as Angelo State sets that ball high in the air. We see that number 6 again. That's Earl Smith, the try scorer. Looks like he's looking for a second one. Lopez feeds that ball out to his number 15.
The back line for the Vatos just set up beautifully. They're playing out of the loose incredibly well. They're breaking the game line, breaking tackles. It's a real demonstration. So we got the ball going out of bounds, I believe.
Well, looks like referee Mark Kelly's going to call a knock-on the Vatos, so it's going to be Angelo State's ball this time.
Yeah, the assistant is coming out onto the field. I guess he's supporting that call. This is an unusual rugby game for the Vatos. They're playing almost a 7-style 15s game. It's quite a high pace, very little set play, not a possession game. It's like run and gun.
Well, Angelo State gets the ball out of their own scrum. The number 12, Tadeo Cannon, takes that ball. He's feeding it out to his number 14. That's Tyler Holder, who's been pretty effective today.
That's a penalty there.
Wascom
they played advantage. No.
Nope, no advantage so far. Holder
yeah, there's an advantage.
Ball. There it is. For that dangerous tackle.
Nope, he just gave him the holding the ball on the tackle.
Really?
Yeah, that was
bring the
ref
judge.
Yeah, he's going to.
Probably discussing either that tackle or the beautiful weather.
I think it'd be the tackle. And they didn't call it on. So.
Nope. Well, we'll see Wascom get ready to kick that ball into touch again, try and get them out of their own territory. And that ball just sails out of bounds.
Beautiful kick.
Nice and deep within the Vatos 22.
Wastrom puts one down there. It's time for Angelo State to score.
Yeah, if they want to get back in this game, I know 31 points is a lot of points, but the Vatos have shown that you can score it pretty quick. And if Angelo State wants to move on to the Sweet 16, they're going to have to win.
The Vatos are coached by old Aardvark Dick Green, and he's put together a quite an impressive lineup of athletes that play to their skill set. Yeah, Angelo State has got the ball down on the 5-meter line, it looks like.
And the side judge is
playing a little possession and sending the big guys into the pack. And
see
that's
the lock push forward. That's
a more traditional rugby style play here. He's got the big Samoan going up the middle. That's Gaga. They call him Gaga.
And the referee stops the play here. It's going to be a scrum down for the Vatos, and they were right on the goal line, so they're coming back to the 5-meter for the scrum down for the Vatos. And that was that. If they wanted to score, Angelo State really needed to convert there.
Well, Angelo State's playing, a more traditional kind of rugby game, but I don't think that they're going to be able to compete with that kind of game against that quick, wide open, run and gun game that we're seeing out of the Vatos.
Lopez feeds that ball on in.
The scrum breaks up.
Didn't like that.
Well, the props came up in the middle, so they have to reset it.
Well, we'll see it again.
Popped up.
As they bind together. As you mentioned before, that Vatos scrum is a lot lower down than the Angelo State.
Dick Green's an old hooker, and he knows how to set up a scrum and what a scrum should look like. But
that ball comes squeaking out. Lopez does get the ball. It's kicked free.
And the clear doesn't make it out of bounds.
Bad drop by Emmett Spooner.
Spooner blows the opportunity. The ball didn't find touch, and it was put into the field of play. And he had a good set of backs back there with him, so they had an attacking opportunity. But now we got another scrum down.
The Vatos clearance kick really got them at least a little bit of room to work. That way they're not kicking out of their own end zone.
Yeah, they're out about the 35, so that's scoring position for them.
The whole field seems to be there today.
It does, doesn't it?
As Lopez gets ready, he feeds that ball down in there. Takes that ball out, a little more clean this time. Asuega takes the ball. He feeds it on in. They're running. He sends it right back to Asuega. Asuega dodges through a tackler.
Another try for the fly half.
Absolutely. Asuega with the try, as much as Tyler Holder tried to prevent it. So Asuega is going to bring this score up to 36, pending the conversion.
That they had that set up so that the fullback could come into the line and take that pass, and that didn't work. And so they ad-libbed, and look what happens with the ad-lib. That's pretty amazing.
Looks like they're going to let Asuega go ahead and take this one off.
Angelo State must be wondering where that truck came from.
And we do see a successful conversion there by Rydell Curtis, who scored a try earlier, and now he's got a conversion to match. So with that, we're going to see the score move to 38 for the New Mexico Highlands University Vatos, and 0 still for the Angelo State Rams.
I hope that the Denver, the DU team, left before they watched this game, because they would not be having a good night's sleep tonight thinking about how to deal with this Vato attack, man. The vaunted Vato attack, I guess, is what we'll have to call it.
Giving backs the nightmares.
Oh, my goodness.
And those backs for the Vato squad are just about as big as some of the forwards. Some pretty big boys, but we see some discussion with the sideline as Wascom gets ready to send that ball back in. We got a substitution for the Vatos. We are going to go ahead and see Raymond Henley coming out of the game. He's got a big substitution there. That's going to be Jesus Escamilla.
It is?
Number 18. Yes, sir. And we see Masili pushing up that field off the kick. Dodges one or two tacklers. His support's starting to find him, but doesn't seem. There he goes. He goes down. That ball kind of squeaks out. Lopez feeds that ball to the number 4. A little bit high for Angelo State, but they eventually get him down.
One bravo.
Lopez, that ball squeaks out. We see nice play by the 13, although he's brought down.
Open field
then
play.
The 12.
Everybody's playing open field. Angelo State saying we can do that too. I guess we're going to have to keep up with you.
So the Vatos held on to the ball carrier on the ground, so it's going to give Angelo State a chance to push that ball back up. There's number 12, who was part of that big play. He kind of sends that ball out. It's picked up by their number 5. That's Tashir Newsom. They push the Vatos off the ruck. Granskin sets up.
So that's third phase,
Granson.
breaking through.
And that ball is fed off. It's kind of knocked by the Vatos.
Looks like we'll go 4 phases.
Yeah.
Angelo State's playing.
And we have a knock-on by the Angelo State squad, so the Vatos are going to get that ball back. And every time that Angelo
they have
State
some
pushes
game.
through, they seem
Angelo
to lose
State has some game. They just can't finish it off. I think maybe the Vatos have just about run themselves into the ground. 38 points in the first half. They might not have anything left.
Right.
Maybe Angelo State will pull a couple off.
Well, let's see what the
Angelo State's been being beat to death with the amount of tackling that they're having to do. Tackling is always a lot more.
And we see that ball squeaked out by the number 8. He
gotta
goes
hang
down,
on
comes
to him.
right back up. That's Eric Sykes Jr.
Eric Sykes Jr. I think
Lopez takes that ball out, sends
got
it out.
Got a professional contract to play rugby league. He'll be leaving the Vatos to go play some rugby league, I believe. I heard that a couple of weeks ago from their coach Dick Green. It's one of the first Albuquerque or the first New Mexico rugby players to ever get a professional contract.
Oh, wow. We're going to see a scrum down now for Angelo State, and with that substitution Vato was made on the front line, maybe they'd be able to push through and get this ball back.
I don't think they're going to push that Angelo State scrum. They're pretty good in the set pieces. They're a traditional rugby team, and they're playing against a very untraditional, wide open game that the Vatos have seemingly perfected, 38-0. I don't know. I think just about anybody's going to have a hard time with this. The only way that you can stop that kind of scoring prowess is with ball control and retention. You got to keep the ball in the pack. You've got to support.
Ball
you can't
goes right
throw it
past
around.
Granson feeds it out to Wascom. Wascom sends it off to his line. This is number 12. He sends it off to his 13. That's Troy Knudsen.
Kick through is
drops that ball
fairly interesting. They got the Vatos way back on their
Granson
5.
Gets dodged there.
And then this is their number 15, the fullback.
Kevon Williams, one of the All-Americans there.
All right. No wonder the U.S. Olympic team is looking for him. Did you see the way he was dancing through those guys?
Well, unfortunately, unfortunately for him, we're gonna have a penalty for the San Angelo squad, or the Angelo State squad.
Fortunately for them, I think I might go for points.
Well, they're going
put
to go
something
for,
on the board.
The try. And
right through. Granson. Look at that.
That is Granson. He pushes that ball forward, and he's going to put it down for the try. And Granson, he will score the first points. Preston Granson, the number 9, for the Angelo State squad. And in that Texas championship, or in the last game that they played, he actually had 4 tries himself. So this is going to be the 5th in a row for him. And then we're going to look for the conversion set up by, looks like, Wascom.
Now that try was scored because of lack of discipline and paying attention on behalf of New Mexico Highlands. He just walked right through. I mean, these guys are good. They score a lot of points. They're the Texas champions, and if you don't stay on your toes and watch it, they're going to score points. I don't know if they can recover from 38-point deficit, though.
And Knudsen puts that ball up. It is not going to be good. We see those flags stay down.
38-5.
That'll keep it at 5 points for the Angelo State squad from San Angelo, Texas, and 38 for the New Mexico Highlands squad out of Las Vegas, New Mexico. And the Vatos, for the first time, had to stand under the goalposts. What would you be telling them if you were their coach?
The Vatos?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be telling them much, except to pay attention and not let that easy stuff get away. They're, almost like they turned their back on the ball.
Well, we see the
Here we
Vatos
go.
set up. That ball goes up from Asuega. Does not go 10 meters.
Yep.
And
See, there's going to be a scrum down in the middle, I would imagine. San Angelo wants that ball.
And they've been pretty good, as you mentioned, so far in the set pieces.
Angelo State.
Out of San Angelo, Texas.
Right.
And we see the try scorer, Preston Granson, holding on to the ball. Getting ready to put that ball in right there at center field. Boys all get low, bind together, the two squads. And Granson feeds that ball in. The Vatos look like they've taken it, though.
That's right. The ball was not hooked. The Vatos have it.
Out to the number
their
8.
Number 8 peels out.
Number 7,
out to their scrum half, who has carried the ball on, but given it up with a knock forward, I believe. No? Maybe
Lopez
not.
held on to that ball as he gets up and ready to go. Their hooker, Justin Bates, pushes forward a little bit. And Angelo State takes that ball forward. That's going to be their big number 5. That's Tashir Newsom. Tashir Newsom looks
running away from those Vato backs.
And you don't see that too often. A lock. Tashir Newsom scores points for Angelo State. That's 2 in a row for them. And a lock outruns that quick back line, making it 10 points for the Angelo State Rams. Pending another conversion attempt. But as you mentioned before, they gotta put up points, and that's a good way to do it off of the turnovers.
That's true, but it's a tall mountain to climb. It's almost like the Vatos have put it in coast. Maybe they're getting tired. I'm serious. It takes a lot of energy out of you to score. Like how many tries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tries. A lot of running's been happening, and this is a long game, 80-minute game.
Absolutely, like you mentioned before, as we see Knudsen get ready to set that ball up,
and he got it.
Going to be good, so that'll make it 12 points for the Angelo State Rams, 38 for the New Mexico Highlands University Vatos. As we move to our halftime. And as we move to half, NSCRO would like to thank the Rhino Rugby for their support of small college rugby by providing the match balls and referee jerseys. Also thanks USA Rugby for its support and recognition of NSCRO as an independent organization governing the small college national playoffs, as well as sharing similar goals for bettering the collegiate rugby experiences. We'll be right back with the second half for you. And San Angelo, after that turnover, takes that ball back. That's going to be the try scorer pushing that ball. Sends it to his 22, the lock. Number 17 feeds that ball, not quite handled right. And we see Wascom taking that ball, sending it out to his number 12.
Looks like Angelo State has a little bit different attitude about this second half.
Absolutely. And he was doing pretty good until that forward pass that referee Mark Kelly is calling. So we're going to have a scrum down now for the University of New Mexico Highlands, or New Mexico Highlands University Vato squad. As we see the Lopez get ready to feed that ball on in the scrum. Straight back under their own side. That ball comes out. Masili passes it out to his number 15, the other All-American. And he puts that ball down. Lopez sends it out to Ivy. Ivy, a little pooch kick there. Oh, just gave him the wrong bounce. And the referee's going to come back for the advantage that he'd been playing. And we just see number 15, Kevon Williams, get ready to take that ball. There, Juan Bravo takes that ball.
Bravo runs sideways, needs a little bit of discipline, turn that forward. And takes away all their strength when they run sideways. Number 7, that's Cervantes. He breaks the gain line, but it looks like we got a
knock forward. I don't know.
It was a knock forward or coming in from the side in support, but it's a penalty anyway, so it's going to allow
Wascom to kick that
Angelo
ball
State
out.
to get this ball out of here.
And Wascom.
And he does quite nicely. Misplayed by the wing on the right-hand side, number 14, Curtis.
Try scorer, but that ball definitely cleared some.
This wind doesn't help these wings and fullbacks judge and play the ball.
Not at all, and that kick goes from being kind of deep in Angelo State territory to now being within the Vatos 22 meter line.
Yeah, this is a good offensive position for Angelo State, and the wind has changed direction dramatically during the course of this game. It started out blowing from the northeast, and now it's blowing from the south hard.
But the Vatos
control the line out.
Are they going to kick it, or are they going to?
They're running it out of their try zone. Number 10,
Asuega takes that ball. We see
hangs
Masili
onto the ball. Masili picks it up, fights off a couple.
And we see Angelo State get penalized there.
They weren't back 10, so it was offsides. I thought maybe they were going to give away a penalty for that tackle because Masili was picked up, but I guess it's all fair, huh? Here we go. Didn't get much out of that. Picked up about 15, 20 meters maybe.
Now they're kicking pretty deep into the wind, so. As they get a new Rhino ball, it's going to be a Angelo State put in this time. Let's see if they can win their own line out this time.
Paul,
I'm sorry, it's going to be New Mexico Highlands.
Yeah, that was a penalty. That was kicked out of bounds. So you get the ball back with a penalty in rugby when you kick for touch. It's
Bates gets ready. He puts that ball in nice and quick. Lopez sends it out to Asuega.
Not too good of a pass, but here goes those runners.
Asuega sends it out to the fullback, who sends it out there to number 13. That's Holmes. Holmes takes it into the tackle, and then we're going to see a new player coming in, number 20.
So, Aceres.
And they're sending it right back out to Asuega, who sends it to Masili.
Bad bounce slows him down a little bit. They needed that help.
He he absolutely buries that opposing player. That was number... And Masili with the try. So Masili's going to take another 5 points there. That's going to bring New Mexico up to 43 points, pending the try conversion.
The local team is cooking. Yeah, one more tick. Whoops.
And so Masili, that'll be his 3rd try of the game. And like you mentioned earlier, he's got to be getting tired. I guess halftime gave him just enough time to breathe.
Well, I'm afraid that the power of the running in the back line for New Mexico Highlands is going to be a serious problem for anybody that they play.
Well, assuming that the score doesn't change, they're going to be taking on the University of Denver, who's the Rocky Mountain champ, and these guys are the runner-ups in the Rocky Mountain division. Yeah. And the last team in official play that has beaten University of Denver was New Mexico Highlands. The last time that those two teams met...
No, it was the other way around.
No. Asawega just scores there. It was actually in 2014.
Well, no, this year.
Oh, this
year the Vatos were defeated by Denver.
65 to 55, but the last team in official play to beat Denver was the New Mexico Highlands squad in November 1st, 2014. And so after that conversion, it's going to be 45 for the New Mexico Highlands University Vatos, 12 for the Angelo State Rams. Yeah. And we see the Rams kick that ball off. Goes pretty deep into there, back into the try zone. Ivy's going to let it sit in there. What's he going to do with it? He's going to touch it down, so it's going to be a 22 dropout.
Yeah, I would like to know how in this last season when Denver beat the Vatos, I wonder what that score was.
It was 65 to 55 in favor of Denver. And we can see, Denver.
I wonder if it was snowing. What was the deal? I mean, I watched the Denver team earlier today, and I'm curious to discover what it was that kept those Vato backs from scoring. Because I didn't see it. I didn't see any of that.
Denver squad likes to call it defense.
Well, yeah, and they play ball control, so it's like a form of possession. They keep the ball out of the hands of these fantastic backs.
So that ball originally went to Daniel Wagner. Now it's in Justin Bates' hands. And Carl, we thought it was going to be a 22-meter drop-off. Why did Lopez get the ball at midfield?
I guess the kickoff carried all the way through, so he had a choice of if they didn't play it, it didn't stay into the field of play. I think it'd bring it back to midfield.
Well, we see Wascom with another opportunity to kick his team into good position, and he does.
Seriously good kicker. He's having a great day
inside
with
the 5-meter line, so that's going to be a 5-meter play for the Angelo State squad. And if they want to answer that latest try by Masili, this is going to be their opportunity.
Well, they could at least try and win the half, Right now they're down 7 on the half, and they're here.
As we see the Angelo State put in, and it is lost to New Mexico Highlands. That ball is pooched up by Lopez.
Good defensive coverage.
They need 12. Puts that ball down.
Got the ball out. Looks like they might have an opportunity here.
They got a little overload over there. They send it out to the number 14, Tyler Holder.
The Vatos
send it back in.
The Vatos are so athletic they can afford to overplay and still cover for each other. They leave gaps, but they fill them with speed. It's amazing.
And we see them coming back into number 13, Troy Knudsen. And we hear the whistle, so that ball is going to, or the play is going to stop. got,
penalty to Angelo State.
for offsides, it looks like.
Yep.
And we're going to see Granson getting ready with that ball.
I see big number 3 taking the ball straight forward.
Oh, yeah.
Boom!
Oh! As he pushes through.
And that's a try.
It's a try. That's a try there for Watkin Cocker, the number 3 for Angelo State. And just as you said, handing it straight in. So he'll get 5 points on the day. And we're going to see Knudsen get ready to kick this ball again.
I sense a bit of frustration in Mr. Cocker. There was no way he was not going to score a try today.
Absolutely. And they lined him up, and you could just see.
Who did he run into? Was it it was that big guy over there on Vatos?
I saw somebody hit the ground.
Man,
but
that was about a 600-pound crash, I think. Not counting momentum. Probably a grand in there.
Oof.
Not the kind of impact you want to be in the middle of.
No, well, Knudsen lines this ball up.
He's taking his time for a hard kick. Let's see if he can pull it off. He's got a good shoe.
Just about as much an angle as possible. And
he missed
Knudsen
it, but
does
barely.
not get the ball in. That's two missed conversions for him today, but that'll keep the score 17 for the Angelo State Rams, 45 for the New Mexico Highlands University Vatos. As we see the New Mexico Highlands team line up again, Asuega with the ball. Looks like they're loading up pretty heavy on this left-hand side, close to us here on the east. Asuega puts that ball up. It is chased down. Oop.
And dropped for a little knock on there.
Yep. Good chase, maybe.
That's number 12. That's the Argentine.
Tadeo Cannon
Masawan. He's grew up in Argentina. They call him Masi. And he actually, I think, just moved into the back line. He was either a wing forward or he was a loose forward, I think, and they moved him into the back line. But I don't think he was ready for the speed and athleticism of this Vato back line.
Well,
obviously.
Lopez is setting that ball in, goes directly under them. Lopez gets that ball, sends it out to Asuega, sends it right back to
Looping
Lopez.
the guy's indefatigable.
And then there comes Kevin Williams.
And Kevin Williams gives a bad pass.
The offload to Rydell Curtis was not quite there, but it'll now be a put in this time for the Angelo State squad.
I'll tell you, that little scrum half is really making the day.
Yeah, Lopez has had a great game so
Mateo
far.
Lopez, he's really playing well. He's setting everything up for these guys. He's the equivalent of the quarterback.
And Nguyen puts that ball in. This time they win it. It's caught by their number 6. That's Marshall.
Here comes the kick.
Cedesno.
And the kick is to the middle of the field.
Oh, not quite handled there by Kevin Williams, but
there's a penalty.
Like we're bringing that ball back for offsides. So he's going to get another chance.
Kick.
And this time, Wascom's just going to kick that ball.
And he does not. That was a silly play.
That was to the number 13. That's going to be Troy Knudsen. And
here comes on
Granskin
the weak side, a little
ball.
pass behind the back.
Oof. Down to the number 16. That's Jeffrey Johnson.
Hands in the ruck. Penalty against the Vatos. You can't fault their aggression, my goodness.
And Granskin is standing. Is he going to take the ball this time?
Who's number 20? Number 20 came in for the Vatos, Zoe Aceres.
And we see Wascom kick that ball. Does not go out of bounds. So we're going to see that ball taken by
Spun
Ivy.
to the middle. Here goes.
Ivy sends it to Williams. Williams sends it out to his number 10, And he is pushing forward. That's going to be Asuega. Gains a lot of meters
Lopez
there.
getting it out again. Here, up.
Oh, Williams just kind of standing there waiting for
He was playing
Jeffrey Johnston.
He was playing sevens in the middle of the field there, and
yeah. Well, Johnston woke up,
caused
to
a
get that ball.
turnover. Oh, and it's another hands in the ruck. In these rucks, you can't use your hands. Once a ruck is called and formed, it's feet only for moving the ball. And that's we've had several of those violations here in the last couple of minutes.
And that was Newsom, the try scorer, who got called on that.
Didn't gain much off of that one, but that was Lopez again, playing a fine game.
We're going to see New Mexico Highlands University getting another opportunity to throw in from out of bounds.
Yeah, these lineouts, they've been winning their lineouts. They have that set piece down. They've been winning their scrums too. Their shape is somewhat chaotic, but their athleticism allows them to maintain possession, and that was not straight. Oh, no.
Coming
what
in.
was it? Coming in, huh? Barging in the line out.
It's going to be the third such call of the game. And we're going to get a scrum down for Angelo State. Probably a lot safer for them to come in from there. As we see the boys set up, NSCRO would like to thank Rhino Rugby for their support of small college rugby by providing the match balls and the referee jersey that you see down there on referee Mark Kelly. As he gets those scrums set up. Oh, Mark Kelly does not like the way that was looking. But go to usa.rhinorugby.com for all of your rugby needs. As we see Granzin get the
scrum
ball.
Is set. Here comes the ball.
Feeds it in there, goes to
Angelo,
his boys.
Angelo controls it without a problem.
Granzin
Gets out to the back.
Up.
There we go.
Referee
Penalty.
did not like that, so the ball is going to go for New Mexico Highlands University.
What was that penalty for?
Not quite sure. But we're going to see Lopez getting ready to kick that ball to touch one more time. And he does.
That's interesting. And the players didn't know. No one knew what that call was. The referee...
well, it was a call, and so we're going to see...
Seems to be quite a discussion about this now. Let's see if we can sort that out so that that's not repeated. The San Angelo guys are quite frustrated at this point.
So New Mexico Highlands feeds that ball in. Justin Bates.
Oh, that's a fake.
Fakes.
You can't do that. That's too bad. That's a turnover.
The referee's going to call that. And
calling in the captains.
Gonna have a little conversation with them, probably about
trying to make sure he doesn't lose control of the game.
Absolutely. So while we have this moment, NSCRO and its top sponsor, the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company, would like to mention how they're working together to grow and support the small college rugby community. Dedication is life, teamwork is life, passion is life, rugby is life. There's no greater force than the power of the team. Rugby players always take that to heart, and so do we at Penn Mutual. We're committed to working together with each and every day to help people like you achieve your goals and plan for a smarter financial future. Learn more at pennmutual.com/rugby and find out how you can become a member and part of the Penn Mutual team. And that ball gets a little bit loose there for Angelo State, and New Mexico Highlands takes the ball. Their big number 2, Bates, pushes that forward. He offloads that ball. And the referee is going to go ahead and stop that play.
It's another knock-on. Intentional knock-on in the act of trying to disrupt the pass and knocked it forward.
Well, we'll see another scrum down for the New Mexico Highlands University squad. boys get ready and set. We're seeing the frontline sub isn't getting quite as low as the rest of the squad, but you're that big, I guess you don't have to. And we see number 8 sending that ball out. That's Eric Sykes Jr.
Great tackle by number 14, the wing on the left side of
Tyler Holder.
Tyler Holder, that was good
that
stuff.
Ball gets spun out to Williams. Williams to Masili.
You got a problem here. You got to overload, and there's no need even to pass.
That is D'Angelo Holmes with the try there, and he's going to get his first of the game.
I think that big Vato number 8, Sykes, got a little hurt there on that one.
Oh,
he was tackled hard by that that wing out there. Number 14 got him.
Tyler Holder.
Tyler Holder took no prisoners on that tackle. Of course, you can't mess around with Sykes. If he's within 15 yards of the goal line, he's going to run you over if you don't dish out the punishment yourself.
Well, hopefully Sykes is okay as we see Asuega get ready. He's got a pretty big angle on this one.
Yeah, he's walking back in.
And so far on the Mexico Highlands squad, we've had the 12, Jeremy Masili, number 13, Holmes, and the number 14, Curtis. In the back line, the only guys, and the number 10, Asuega, the only guys who are missing tries.
Score?
The only two guys missing tries in the back line are Kevin Williams, the 15, and Joe Ivey, the number 11. So they are definitely playing that 7-style game here in the 40s, and with that, we're going to see the score sit at 15 for the New Mexico Highlands University squad.
50.
50, sorry.
5-0.
50 for the New Mexico Highlands University Vatos, and 17 for the Angelo State University Rams. As we see Wascom put that ball up.
What's going to happen to it? In
Gets
the bread
taken
basket.
there by Zoe Arenas.
And Zoe runs through him. Yeah,
and we see Isaiah Relaford push the ball forward. Lopez spins that ball out to Asuega. Asuega to Juan Bravo.
Juan Bravo in the back line. I guess they needed some more muscle back there.
And Bravo pushes that forward. Lopez getting ready. He feeds that ball out to
back
number
again.
2. That's
Bravo
Bates.
again. Was that Bates or
Bates.
Bravo?
And then Asuega takes that ball. He spins it out to his big number 8. Apparently he's feeling good, Eric Sykes Jr., but we got an obstruction call by the referee, so that ball is going to come back for the Angelo State University squad.
He's walking a little funny.
Yeah, well, the referee...
And he was running a little funny, too.
Referee did not like the squawking by the Vatos, so he might have pushed him back another 10. Up, he's reaching... Uh-oh. He's reaching into his pocket.
Is he giving a card?
I saw him pull something out, but not quite sure who it is. It looks like number 4.
Yellow card. He's coming off the field.
Yep, that's going to be Juan Bravo.
Red. What's the red card for? Did he give him a red?
I'm not. He might have been threatening him with a red, or not really quite sure there. But either way, Juan Bravo's going off the field right now. And if that is a red card, does that mean he's suspended for the next game that they play?
Could be, possibly. It must not be a red card.
Well, he's coming off the field.
I think he just had it in his hand, and he
Let
showed
him
the
know.
yellow. I don't think he didn't raise the red over his head. It was just in his hand.
Well, we see Wascom feed that ball out to his number 12. That's going to be the Argentine.
There you go, number 11 again.
And we're going to see Emmett Spooner take that ball into the try. So that's going to be another 5 points for the Angelo State squad. That'll bring them up to 22 pending the try.
That's 4 tries.
Conversion.
4 tries, and they're still 30 points in the hole.
Well, they're not giving up, but it's going to be, if they want 30 points, they're going to have to score them pretty quickly. As we see Troy Knudsen get ready to attempt another conversion. Another one that's going to be at a pretty big angle, and so far he hasn't been able to make any of those angle kicks.
They're tough in the wind. Yeah, there's very few injuries in either one of these games. I think the fitness level of these players is pretty good. And it shows, that if you're not fit and you come out and try and play this game, you could be in trouble. Nope.
And Knutson's kick hits the bottom of the post. So.
He's not far off, but not good enough. So 22-50, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of less than 10 minutes to play, I would think. They started the half was short. I was kind of surprised by that. We both were as we ran back to our vantage point.
Well, we see Asuega get ready to kick that ball back.
And Sykes is still sort of limping. I think he got his thigh. He keeps rubbing his right thigh. I think maybe he have a Charlie horse or something.
Well, Asuega puts that ball
up. That's a beautiful kick there.
It's chased by number 20 there, Arenas, but it's picked up by Angelo State.
Penalty for a horse collar there.
And we're going to see a quick one by
And then we got another penalty because they weren't back 10.
Yeah, well,
no discipline at all.
Wascom's sending that ball wide.
I don't know why he blew the whistle up. He had an advantage he could have played. They were rambling.
And we see Wascom get ready to kick that ball out. Let's see if it goes out of bounds. It does, off of a player, but out of bounds either way.
That means that's an Angelo State throw-in.
Well, either way.
Oh, no, they left it with the Vatos.
Nope, he's fixing his hand there.
He switched his hands.
But so Angelo State's going to get another opportunity to put some points on the board as they come in for a try in Vato territory. And we will see Paul Noyen get ready to send that ball into play.
And that's one steep back line Angelo State has.
And it is caught by the number 6, who sends it out back to that back line you were just talking about, the number 12.
The big Argentine giving it up.
To number 17, that's Austin Vandiver. Vandiver goes down.
Nice.
We see Granson taking
nice
that ball
recycling
out to
of the ball. Good hands. Carried it in. Plenty of support.
Well, Granson
fly hacked it out of bounds.
Yeah, made the decision not to let them take that ball.
Took the penalty. They would have had it anyway.
Well, he kicked it because...
No, but that wouldn't have mattered. If they would have gotten the ball, it was a...
penalty.
It was a penalty, and he was playing advantage. So,
well, we will see Granson, what Preston Granson will do. He'll feed it out to the backs. A little pooch kick up. And the referee's going to bring that ball back. What's going on? Is he reaching into his pocket again?
I don't think so, but we've got an injured player, key player for the
and he's talking to both of the captains. And he is raising the yellow. That's going to be on the captain of that Angelo State squad. Or, sorry, not the captain, the fly half. That's going to be Bo Waskin. Yeah, he is the captain.
And what did he get the yellow for? Did you see it?
I believe it was for whatever brought that man down, but
I heard somebody yelling elbow, so maybe he kind of threw an elbow there.
Well, we see
Tony Nichols is over there talking to him. Don't use your elbow.
Yeah. Well, we see the paramedics come off the field pretty quickly, so I guess he'll be okay. And we're seeing substitution there. Number 10 for the Vatos comes off for number 22. Number 22 is going to be Anthony Matthews coming in for Asuega. That ball goes out deep. Both squads are now at 14 men. Ball skips over his intended target. We've got a little bit of battle for the ball there. Mexico Highlands is trying to... Oh, somebody's foot's caught in there.
Much better rucking team. That number 8 again that number 5 for San Angelo is a strong runner.
And we see 23, that's Jeremiah Paul Mitchell. he takes that ball out of San Angelo's hands and sends it up. Lopez punches that up, but the ball's dropped, so we're playing advantage right now. And that's going to be for that knock-on that we just saw.
Angelo State has an opportunity to score one more time here. Let's see if they can pull one off before the end of the match.
Well, and it's 14-on-14 rugby right now. Both yellow cards. We don't know if either player will have enough time in the game to come back.
I think the Vato player is about to come back in. Nichols just walked over to him and told him to get ready. He's going to let him in. So they got two forwards, a forward and a back out on the side. So they're probably playing without a number 8 over there on the Vato side. And I don't know who's playing fly half for them. If their fly half came out.
Looks like Knudsen, the number 13, playing that fly half position. And we see number 17, one of the substitutions, Austin Vandiver, fighting for that ball, but referee is not going to like the tackles there, and he's going to call offsides on New Mexico Highlands. Going to go talk to his touch judge there.
Well, there was another man that was picked up into the air and dropped. I mean, you just can't do that in rugby. That's called dangerous play, and the reason why they restrict that is, these guys don't wear pads, and that's a way that you can injure someone seriously.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see what comes of it.
I've been really impressed by Mateo Lopez in this game. Look at him. He knows where he's supposed to be on the field. He's like covering everything.
And we're going to see that ball.
And the Angelo, he's right where he's supposed to be. Yep. And the Angelo State guy
can't quite find touch.
They know what they need to be doing, where they need to put it, and they're just being outplayed.
And Masili sends that one out to his number 13, Holmes, the last try scorer for them.
Holmes is rambling.
And he goes out of bounds.
He found touch. Didn't have anyone to give it to.
And all that territory that was won by Angelo State just lost immediately when New Mexico Highlands takes the ball back.
Yeah, one single runner slicing through them, and all that hard work destroyed by missed tackles and
bad kicks.
Lost opportunity. Yeah, that kick really set them back. Here we go. What are they going to do out of here?
Granson takes that ball. He sends it out to his 16.
He lost the ball forward. There's going to be coming back here for a penalty.
Oh, we got a short arm for Angelo State.
Boys are looking weary out there.
And wakes everybody up with a little fake to a quick touch, but he sends that ball out to
here we go.
Knudsen, who's playing in place of the number 10. He sends it out. 17's got the ball now. Vandiver goes down as Angelo State tries to ruck over, and Granson sends that ball out. Nobody's really sure who's supposed to get it, but the big number 3 try scorer Cocker pushes that ball, and it's going to take a lot of men to take him down.
They've lost their shape, they've lost their initiative, but not number 5.
Tashir Newsom pushes that ball forward again.
And sends out a pass, and we got something going to the wing maybe. No, could be a knock-on. Yeah, it's a knock-on.
Going to call a knock. It's going to be
back to Angelo.
Yeah, back to Angelo State. They're gaining ground little by little, but
no,
it might be
they're
a little
not.
too late.
Look, he changed that call.
Okay.
Lopez has it. Lopez is the magic on this little team, let me tell you. He's got these studs out behind him, but, man, he is, like, setting it up.
And we're going to see the players coming back in.
Number 12 is going off, and who came in?
We also saw number 17 come into play for Juan Bravo.
21, so Chris Ince came in.
And then Phil Alderetti comes in to play lock, assumedly for Juan Bravo, taking in after the yellow card. And that ball goes straight back into his own scrum, but Angelo State's pushing back. Lopez takes that ball. He feeds it out to Williams.
Did you see where Williams was there?
He was right
That was
behind
the
the scrum.
fullback, and he was standing by the scrum.
And Williams
setting
offloads it to Holmes.
They're
Holmes
keeping
is
him
fighting
out. They're
for a
going to
second
keep
one.
him out. Look at this. Angelo State is fighting hard.
That scrum was one of the better-looking scrums for them, and we see Sykes Jr. lose that ball forward. And the ball right now kicked out by Angelo State.
Excellent
State
kick.
Sends it to touch.
But the referee looks like he's worn out.
Yeah.
Can't hardly get back here to set up the line out.
He thought he was going to be reffing a 15s match, not a 7s match today.
I think we might have to bring in a substitute referee here if we're not.
Well, we'll see a line out now for New Mexico Highlands University. We're going to see Justin Bates get ready to set that ball in. As we hear the calls, that ball goes straight out. Lopez takes it.
Bad pass from Lopez. First
bad
pass of the day. Second bad pass to number 21 who knocks it on, I think. No, he knocked it back. The referee played on.
It looks like, from what I can see, that Williams has slid into the 10 position with Asuega being substituted out for...
That's why we saw number 15 up there, huh?
Matthews,
Who's the new fullback?
Well, I know that Matthews came in for the 10, but... Oh, we see a little bit of limping there from
I know, his first touch, and he's already hurt.
Oof. Chris Entz. Well, we see that ball taken again by Tashir Newsom.
Newsom is a force.
He is pushing forward.
I tell you what, why is that guy playing second row, man? I'd have him as a wing forward, somebody who's going to be getting more ball. Of course, he's getting plenty of ball.
Well,
that's a knock on.
He could be like Baptiste Bota.
The referee's down on the ground. He did get the knock on, though.
As we see Granson get that ball, he feeds it out to his number 3, who punishes.
Here goes another try.
Punishes some guys for fighting.
There's
him.
another try.
There's
I'm
a try
telling
there
you
for
what.
Angelo State University. Angelo State University. And as soon as he lets us see his number, we'll find out just who that was.
I'll tell you who set that up. That was Gaga again. When number 3, Gaga, gets the ball. Masasad Sodasano is his name, but they call him Gaga. I probably butchered his name, but I got Gaga right. And when he gets the ball, he makes something happen. And bodies bounce. People are flying in every direction. Grown men.
Yeah, Knutson's going to take another tough angled kick right now.
27 points. I'll bet you if you would have told Angelo State that they were going to score 27 points in this game, that they would think that they were coming out with a victory.
Yeah, and Watkin Cocker, the number 3, setting up for Gaga. And we're going to see Knutson go ahead and take another chance at a conversion there close to the touchline.
This Vato team reminds me of like Fijians. Look at that.
That one goes through. Knutson gets conversion there, so that's going to bring our score up to 29.
They play like island-style, wide-open run-and-gun rugby like Fiji and Samoa do.
Yeah. So
that's the style. That's what this reminds me of.
That's going to be 29 points there for Angelo State Rams.
29 points, and they're down by
21.
Down by 21.
So
who would have thunk it, huh? Rams?
The New Mexico Highlands University Vatos get ready to send this ball back in. They punt it up. Goes right over their heads. We see Van Diver.
Relaford is going to have to make a tackle. Ooh. No, he's not.
Van Diver gets taken down.
He ran into a number 8. That's the last thing you want to do as a back. Here we go. Why'd that guy pass? He should have taken somebody on there. And he gets taken on. Sykes is like making up for getting a hurt leg, taking that with a vengeance.
And we see Wascom's back in the game.
And he's running like he's supposed to.
Well, 10 minutes hopefully can freshen his legs for him. as we see Lopez
taking a little abuse there from the. He's getting rucked over.
You saw big number 3 Watkin Cocker not only doing the tackling but also doing the rucking for the squad. And that ball goes back into the end zone, so we're going to have a 22 drop-off.
Here we go.
There's not much time left in the game. 5 minutes max.
I don't know what they're tossing it around trying to do tricks for. Let's kick the ball and go, guys. Got points to make up. 21 of them. 3 tries converted, and you're in the game.
And we see New Mexico Highlands dancing around with that ball. The ball goes back out to the number 15.
They're playing sevens again. Look at them. Back it up, back it up, back it up.
And we see number 5, Daniel Wagner, taking that ball.
Wagner is a
pushing
force.
It forward.
The only one that he
out to the number
worries
2
about
Bates.
is Gaga running into him. Lopez has a nice
and
pass.
Williams out to Sykes Jr. Sykes Jr. dancing around a
forward
little bit.
Pass, I believe.
Yep.
He called something.
And the ref's walking back somewhere. Going to talk to his touch judge. What they're talking about. It's not going to lead to anything, but actually he's bringing in the captains. And
another card is coming out.
He's bringing out that card. It's going to be on Angelo State once more.
Red.
Oh.
On who?
That's going to be on the number 8 for Angelo State. That's Brian Signorelli. He's done for the day.
And what was that red card for? I didn't see it. Did you?
No, sir, but we're going to see Highlands University. They were signaling first to post, but looks like Lopez is just going to take that ball. Are they going for post?
Yes.
They are going for post, so Kevin Williams wants to get some points. Well, Lopez will be taking the kick. Not really sure who, but Captain Williams signaling for post.
I'd really like to know what that Signorelli send-off was about. I didn't see anything worthy of a send-off.
Well, he had the touch judge come in to let him know, so referee Mark Kelly might not have seen it either, but once he heard.
It has to be fairly egregious. I didn't see anybody in too bad a shape. Look at this. Lopez is taking the kick. They took out the fly half, so Lopez is picking up the duties. Let's see if he's got a shoe on him, too. Looks like he got it.
It's good. So Lopez is going to go ahead and get himself some points.
Game's over.
So with that, that's going to be 53 points for the New Mexico Highlands University, 29 for the Angelo State University Rams. That'll be the end of it. So tomorrow we're going to see the Cowboy Cup Championship featuring the New Mexico Highlands University Vatos taking on the University of Denver Pioneers. Thank you all so much for joining us on Rugby Saturday. We want to thank ProView Networks for helping us make sure that this broadcast went smoothly. Our producer, Josh Brown. William Powell with
all right, final score.
Unique visuals by William, as well as Rugby Saturday USA coordinator Marty Watts, and NSCRO, and everybody who's joined us today to watch our match. My name is Aaron Rivera, joined by Carl Hawkins. Have a great day.
Thanks, Aaron. Great job.
So tomorrow's schedule is we have a 11 o'clock third place game between Angelo State and St. Edward's University, and then we have the Challenge Cup, the University of Northern Colorado versus
keep it going.
Tarleton State, and then